Hello, you guys. Hey guys, so it's December. It's December. It's cold outside. Frick. It's cold outside and we got snow. Well, it was snowing earlier, but at least we got to see a little bit of snow. I saw the snow. It's really pretty. So I'm not really gonna talk too much, but I'm in my pajamas and I got my hot cocoa because it's story time. This story time is gonna be about how I worked at Chuck E. Cheese. My worst / best day at Chuck E. Cheese. So at the time, it was around winter time, so it was pretty cold outside. My mom was pregnant, and I worked at Chuck E. Cheese, just to, kind of relieve some of that stress from her having to pay for stuff. So I worked at Chuck E. Cheese. I was the party host / showroom person, and then I kind of shifted to being a game room attendant and kid check. Kid check had to be the worst, boring job ever. All you did was stand there, stamp and check hands, and make cotton candy. And they mostly put the kid check person in the Chucky suit. I had nightmares, not really, but Jesus, the Chucky suit was So at the time, that night, it was a Saturday night, busiest day in Chuck E. Cheese. Worst day to work at Chuck E. Cheese was a Saturday. So I was a game room attendant at the time. Of course, the worst job on a Saturday night. The worst job to be working on a Saturday night was a game room attendant. It was messy on the floor. There was people running around everywhere. You had to clean tables for people because there was people constantly coming in and constantly leaving. Now, I wasn't always a game room attendant, but that was one of the nights where I was helping my best friend. Because she was a game room attendant, and I didn't have any more parties for the rest of the night, so I decided to help her until I got off. So I'm running around, helping her sweep up the floors. My mom and my boyfriend and my brother came to see me, which I thought was really nice. Well, they didn't come to see me. They came to see me / play at Chuck E. Cheese. So my mom picked up my boyfriend at the time, and I was so happy. I actually remember how happy I was to see him come up there. I was like, oh my god! I was in the Chucky suit. I was actually getting in the Chucky suit when they had arrived. And so my mom was just like, why not just go to Chuck E. Cheese, basically, because it was the end of my shift and all that good stuff. So, we was just like, I was talking to my friend. She actually called me on the little, what do you call those? The microphone thingies. She was like, yo, your family's here. I was like, really? I was like, oh my god. She came to see me in the dressing room, and she was like, they're here. I was like, well, can you make sure they watch me, because I want them to see me in Chucky. And she was like, yeah, I got you. I don't know if they actually saw me, but I know I saw them when I was walking back to the place. The dressing room. Yeah, the dressing room. So so once I got out of the suit, I went back into the game room. I was running around, and then I saw them a few times. I talked to my mom a little bit. As I'm fixing one of the games, I get a complaint. And I've gotten this complaint so many times from people. Some are nicer than others. Some are worse than others. But this lady right here, she had been there for hours. Let me tell you, hours. And when you work at Chuck E. Cheese, everyone's like, I don't want to work at Chuck E. Cheese because I don't like kids. Well, let me tell you, it's not the kids that get on your nerves, because the kids are occupied playing games. It's the adults. Freaking adults, because they not doing nothing. They bored. They ain't got nothing to do but sit there and eat and complain. Let me tell you. She came up to me and was like, excuse me. I was like, yes, ma'am. And she was like, where is my pizza at? I've been waiting for half an hour. I'm like, you ordered another pizza? But I don't complain, you know, I don't judge. She's like, I've been waiting half an hour for my pizza. I'm like, can I see your receipt, ma'am? And she was like, yes, this is my receipt. She gives it to me. I'm like, okay, I'll go check on that for you. She was like, and hurry up. I was like, oh no. So I took my sweet precious time. But I did end up going back. I was like, yo, Chris, which is my manager, he was making the pizzas. He was like, I was like, yo, Chris, his number, whatever number she had, his number, on its way out. And he was like, I actually just put that pizza in. I was like, all right, I got you. So he was like, yeah, tell him it'll be about like 20 minutes. And not even 20 minutes. It was probably going to be like 5. So I went out. I was like, ma'am, your pizza will be out shortly. I had to tell her, you know, because they had to put the showroom pizzas in, because, you know, when you have a birthday party, they order like 4 or 5 pizzas. It's like, you know, they had to order like a whole lot of pizzas because it would be like 8 parties going on. So it was a lot of pizzas going through. So she had to wait. And I know for a fact that the people at the register told them that it would be at least a 30-minute wait. So I'm like, your pizza will be out in a second, you know, in my sweet, proper voice. And she's like, I've been waiting for too long. I'm like, lady, I'm sorry. I'm not back there making the pizza, so don't yell at me. And I'm like, because it was like my mom, I was looking at my mom, she's like, kill her with kindness. And I'm like, oh my God. I'm sitting there, I'm like, okay, ma'am. You know, I'm smiling at her. She's like, I don't see nothing funny. I'm like, lower your voice. But I didn't actually say that for real. I was just like, lady, lower your voice. And she was like, I don't see nothing funny. I want my wings too. I'm like, you didn't order wings. I didn't see wings on your receipt. She was like, I want free ones then. I want free everything. Cause I've been. Here comes my mom. Lord. Here comes my mom. My mom is like, excuse me, ma'am, I don't think you should be talking to these employees like this, because I think personally that they're doing everything they can. Because if I'm being honest with you, I've been waiting for my pizza longer than you have, and you don't see me complaining. She's like, well, I'm hungry. I was like, oh my God. So all of my friends were like looking at me and was like, what's going on? I was like, so what I did was, I'm sorry I keep like touching my collarbone, but like we had the little microphone things. You might know what I'm talking about, you might not, but there was like a little button you would press and you'd speak into the microphone and you would have an earpiece and they would be able to hear you. So I would just sit there and hold the microphone so that everybody could hear what was going on. Especially my manager, Chris, because of the way he was talking to me. So the whole time she was talking to me crazy and my mom was talking to her, I'm holding my earpiece. So my earpiece is sitting here watching the conversation happen. I see my boyfriend and my brother and I'm like, oh my God. And then Chris calls me back and so I leave. They're still arguing. He's like, here's your mom's pizza. And he was like, here's number 20-some pizzas. I was like, oh, it's my mom's. Take the pizza. So I walk around. I'm like, Mom, here's the pizza. She's like, girl, I want that pizza. I'm like, oh God. So she's sitting there arguing. I'm still standing there. And I see like my boyfriend and my brother still standing there. And I see my friend and she's like, she's standing right there hearing everything happening. So, and they're like arguing. And the lady is like, I'm gonna call the police on you if you put a hand on me. And her special kid, the lady's special kid, came up and was like, don't talk to my mom. When my mom muffed the little kid, it was like, get out of my face. Like, I was like, what the heck? I was like, you can't touch someone else's kid, but she did anyway, because the special kid was like all up in her face. She was like, don't touch my kid. Don't touch my kid. I'm gonna call the police. I'm like, oh crap. So my mom is just like going off on this lady, and then this lady, I don't know what this lady said, but she said something, and my mom was like, Ariana, hold my purse. And I was like, no, we're not doing this. And my manager Chris came out just in time. He was like, excuse me, ma'am, I'm gonna have to ask you to He thankfully calmed the situation down. I got to leave work early because I was just like, I gotta go. He was like, you can leave early, go ahead and clock out. I got my stuff, and we bounced. And I'm just like in the car the whole time, like that was nuts. And then like my mom and my boyfriend were talking, and she was like, I swear I wanted that lady to hit me. And then he was like, I wanted her son to hit you, because she had 2 kids. She had a special kid that was younger, and then she had an older boy that was there. And he was like, that boy came, I was gonna fight him, and it was gonna be like a brawl. Like I don't know what was gonna happen, but I was like, wait. So that's what happened. Like, it was, in the end, it was like a really good, it was a really cool thing to watch, funny thing to watch, actually. It had to be the worst, best day of my life at Chuck E. Cheese. I had to get that money though, so of course I continued working there. But when I went back, Chris was like asking me all these questions, and I'm like, I'm fine, like I'm all good to work and all that extraness. And then he was telling me, he was like, I'm glad you kept your composure with that lady, like you kept a really professional attitude. And I'm like, I was this close. I was like, this nigga, she gonna get messed up. Oh man, like that was crazy. I will never work at Chuck E. Cheese again. You will never catch me at a Chuck E. Cheese. I'd have to be like broken on the streets or something. Like, you will never catch me at Chuck E. Cheese again. But so that's it for story time. I like story times. Plus I got my little hot chocolate. It's all cold outside and stuff. I got my pajamas on. I'm all comfy and stuff. Stay warm, babies. I will see you in my next video. Peace.